Yeah. Me too. I am not hearing anything. The only thing I'm hearing is static.
Lord, we know you hold our future and walk with us even now on this unpredictable path of the pandemic. We trust you work through the most difficult of seasons and never abandon us to navigate life's challenges alone. As we look to a new school year, we worry about ongoing impacts of COVID 19. It seems to be time, it seems to be a time of no right answers, no clear good choices, and no comprehensive way for our parents, educators, and administrators to meet the pressing needs of our students, teachers, staff, and family. We do not want our children to fall behind in their learning. We do not want to put caregivers in the position of choosing between going to work or tending to our children. We do not want to endanger the health of any in our community. Already stretched resources are pushed to the limit as we attempt to reduce classes size, expand the ways, expand the way content, expand the way the content is delivered, and seek to enhance needed safety precautions. We look to you, Lord, to take, bless, and multiply our efforts to educate and to nurture your children. We look to you, Lord, who gives us the peace that passes understanding. Hear the cries of the hurting and promise that small amount of faith can predict large life growing change. We look to you, loving God, for wisdom and for courage, for inspiration, for creativity as we make difficult decisions in an unpredictable time. Grant us an unshakable commitment to one another, especially to those most vulnerable among us. Send your spirit to open our eyes to a new thing that you are doing. Send us your spirit to open our ears to the voices we need most to hear. Send your spirit to open our hearts to the profound love that you have for us so that everything we do in this time of fear, anxiety, uncertainty reveals your compassion, kindness, and grace. Send your Holy Spirit to comfort and direct us as we humbly look to you for guidance and strength. Amen. I'm going to be sharing with you this song. I know the parents will appreciate this song. It's entitled You Made a Way. Mrs. Reynolds, can you give me permission? Thank you.
I did miss try again.
Thanks.
Can you try sharing your screen again, Mrs. Austin? Sorry about that.
Have permission, miss?
Yes, miss, you do.
Okay, thank you. Let me stop and go again.
Holding on to faith.
Can you see my
Yes, miss.
That's me.
Made a way. I don't know how, but you did it. Made a way.
Okay, just bear with us. I think it's loading, so we'll be able to hear soon.
not sure what I'm
It's
here with you,
loading.
not sure what's happening. This is unprecedented times. Yes, this is a part of the unprecedented time we ask the Lord to guide us through. The age of the pandemic.
Not knowing how we'll get through this test. But holding on to faith, you know that nothing can catch you by surprise. You got this figured out. Watching you now, got
This figured out. Watching
when it looks as if we can't win. Wrap within, step in. Everything we need to supply.
everything
You
we need
got
to
in control.
you got
How it was
in
you made a way.
made our way.
When our backs were against the wall and it looked away, and we're standing here, you made a way. Made a way. Now we're here, looking back where we come from. Because of you and nothing we've done to deserve the love and mercy you show. Your grace was strong enough to pitch us, and you made a way. When When our back was,
When I got serious,
and it looked as if it was over, Lord, you made a way. I was standing here only because you made a way. When our back was, and it looked Lord, you made a way. I was standing here only way.
you move the mountains because you want to fall. With your power, with all you know, that's impossible. You tell me.
Sister Austin? Sister Austin, are you there?
It's impossible. When you're standing here, don't know how much you don't know how much you don't know how, don't know how, don't know how much you don't know why. All right. We don't know how we're going to grow, but we're going to grow. We don't know how, but we are going to do it. Sometimes we don't know how something is going to come through, but the Lord promises that He will do it, and that's all we need to know, right? Boys, right, and parents? I almost said boys and girls, which I did. Having
Yes,
a growth mindset is important. If I was in class, I would ask, or if time would allow us, I would ask a parent to tell me what he or she thinks having a growth mindset means. But in the interest of time, let me tell you, it is important because it helps us to overcome obstacles that we may face. You notice that the internet was buffering a while ago, just now? Yes, it was. But guess what? Because my mindset was not fixed on the fact that this is not going to work, I stuck with it. And what happened? You heard the song. We don't know how, but it is going to happen. He is going to do it. Philippians 4 verse 13 says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And in for Austin, this is what we use for our Bible scripture every morning. I can do all things. I can grow amidst the fact that COVID-19 is here and is preventing me from seeing my friends. It is preventing me from being in a classroom setting. I am going to grow. I am going to push on the little pebbles that are there. I am going to push beyond the little trees that are awesome.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
fighting flow as well. I'm fighting flow as well, boys and girls. I'm fighting flow, but I'm going to grow.
Masakaki, Africana. I need a better tomorrow. Yes, I'm a champion. No retreat, no surrender. I need a better tomorrow. Yes, I'm a champion. No retreat, no surrender. Someone is so well. Now so well. Verse 1. It's truth and better. Divided we fall. Together we rise. No one can put me down. I wanna be a champion. I need a better tomorrow. Yes, I'm a champion. No retreat, no surrender. I wanna be a champion. I need a better tomorrow. Yes, I'm a champion. No retreat, no surrender. I wanna be a champion. Wake up! Wake up! Looking for bright future. I know I can be a winner. This is my time. I'm not giving up. With Anyama, I wanna be a champion. I need a better tomorrow. Yes, I'm a champion. No retreat, no surrender. I wanna be a champion. I need a better tomorrow. Yes, I'm a champion. No retreat, no surrender. I wanna be a champion. Wake up!
All right. Do you want tomorrow? Do you want to be a champion? Do you want to have children to overcome obstacles? You don't have to open your microphone to answer. It's all right. I know you're saying yes because we all want that for ourselves and for our children amidst the struggles of COVID-19. It seems COVID is the only thing on our list. But whatever your COVID is this morning, we are going to grow past that, right? Boys and girls, let's show our parents how we do the school's creed. And then I hand right over to Mrs. Reynolds. Let's show how we stand tall. All of you, those who are lying down, reading the newspaper, not calling anybody's name. I know you can hear me. Stand tall. Time for the school's creed. Chanel, you can hear me. Microphones on mute. Boys and girls. 30 seconds and then we start. 30 seconds. Parents, you're right beside your child. You're hearing me. have them stand. Collaboration. 5. Microphones muted, please. 4, 3, 2, 1. This is our school. Let's prove you are here. Let the rooms be full of contentment. Let love abide here. Love of one another, love of mankind, love of life itself, and love of God. Let us remember that as many hands build a house, so many hearts make us whole. Thank you. I see you may sit. I've seen where you tried towards the end. Thank you very much. Mrs. Reynolds, I'll hand over to you.
Thank you, Mrs. Austin. Okay, remember guys, please mute your microphones. Mute your microphones as we continue our session for this afternoon. At this time, we're going to move on. And I take this opportunity to welcome those on board with us. To our chairman, Mr. Donald Foster, I'm not seeing him, or whatever if he's on. I'm seeing a representative of the board, Dr. Mullins, our own Uncle Maxie, Acting Principal, Mrs. Winsome Reed, Acting Vice Principal, Mrs. Trail Reynolds, PTA Representative, Mr. Derval Spence, our guest speaker, Mrs. Brown Thompson, I'm not seeing her as yet. It is my pleasure to welcome you parents. How could I do that? Our wonderful parents, our students, very special guests in our midst. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to this orientation session for grade 4 cohort 2021 to 22. I'm extremely happy that you have taken time out of your busy schedule to be with us, especially after days of lockdown. I know that there are many other activities that you have to attend to. However, you have chosen to be here. And that shows us that you are dedicated and you have your child's interests at heart. In this meeting, we're hoping that we'll be able to talk to each other and to make things much clearer as we traverse this path of uncertainty. We are all here because we want our students to grow. Administration, teachers, parents, students. Our theme is growth. And I can assure you that growth will happen if we make some room for it. Once again, a hearty welcome to you all. At this time, we're going to be moving on. And I'm going to be presenting the grade 4 team to you all. I'm Mrs. Hortense Reynolds, the coordinator for grade 4. And other members of the team, Mr. Garth Taylor, Mrs. Cadian Austin, and Miss Francine Watt. We are the members of the grade 4 team, and we're here to serve you. At this time, I'm going to invite Miss Watt to read a poem for us.
Good afternoon, everyone, parents, teachers, students, members of the school board, just about everyone, good afternoon. So, the poem that I'll be reading is titled, I Am a Teacher. I was born the first moment that a question leaped from the mouth of a child. Throughout the course of the day, I am called upon to be an actor, a friend, nurse, doctor, coach, finder of lost particles, money lender, psychologist, substitute parent, and a keeper of the faith. I am the most fortunate of all who labor. I know that what I build with love and truth will last forever. I am privileged to see that life is reborn each day with new questions, ideas, and friendships. And I have to thank for this wonderful life I am so fortunate to experience. You, yes, you, the public and the parents who entrust to me their greatest contribution to eternity, their children. I have wept for joy at the weddings of former students, laughed with glee at the birth of their children, and stood with head bowed in grief and confusion by graves dug too soon for bodies far too young. I have a past that is rich in memories. I have a present that is challenging and fun because I am allowed to spend my days with the future. We are teachers and we are thankful for it every day. John Slater. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Watt. Thank you very much. At this time, we're going to be moving on. What is coming now is an activity for everyone. You're right there at home, and I'm going to ask you to quickly find things, our icebreaker. Quickly find something in your house that represents you. And you're going to get back here and you're going to hold it in front of the camera so we can all see what it is that represents you. Parents and students, quickly find something in your home that represents you. Teachers, join in the fun. Quickly, and when you're back, you have a minute. When you're back, I'm going to ask you to hold that object high up so we can all see it. Find something that represents you. I'm seeing Daryl hugging mommy. Mommy represents you.
Yes, miss.
Great. I'm going to stop sharing so I can see some more. Okay, what do we have there? Mrs. Austin, can you help me to identify some of the things, please?
I wanted to show you what represents me, miss. Can you see what represents me?
Oh, yes, miss, that's great. Sugar. You're so sweet.
Sugar. Yes.
Yes, and you're so sweet.
Let's see.
I have here.
What is that represents you?
Okay, Spain, she has a trophy. I think that maybe that represents greatness or achievement. Great.
Awesome. Alicia Brown is holding up something as well.
Kamoya is holding up a teddy bear.
I can see Taekwondo over there holding up a plaque.
Mother.
Good.
Cathalia Henry is holding up a sign of love. She's full of love.
Taekwondo has something sharing there with us. Taekwondo.
Yes, he has a plaque there. He was holding
Yes,
up
a
a
plaque.
plaque. Yes.
Great.
I see Tevisha with a reading book, I think. Tevisha Williams. Get to you guys. We'll get to you. Miss, what are you seeing? Anything that I'm missing?
No, I'm not seeing anymore.
Body
Your
love.
camera should be on, guys, if you want to
Shania
share it with us.
Thomas. Sarah Wright is holding up her book. A reading book that has star students on it.
Samara, what is that you're
She's
opening up,
growing.
Samara?
Apple.
Samara,
Apple.
is that a writing book?
Yes.
Does it make a flag on it?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay, miss. I take it, that's it. Okay.
Any other? That's
Great job,
it?
guys.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay, guys, thanks. Great job.
Miss, I'm holding up some.
Thanks for sharing. All right,
Catalyst.
that's
The miss, I'm holding up something.
It was that one.
somebody spoke. I'm not seeing the person. Are you able to see them, Miss Water or Mrs.
Uncle Max,
Austin?
yes. Uncle Maxie says, Uncle
Oh,
Maxie,
that
are
was
you
Uncle Max.
holding up something?
Speak to them side. There's a miss, I'm holding up something.
Uncle Maxie, is that your wallet?
Yes, Mrs. Austin.
Miss,
Is that
I'm
your
holding up
wallet?
some.
Oh, it has to be a Bible.
Okay.
It will have to be a Bible.
Alright.
Okay.
It's a Bible.
Now you're sharing a plaque.
That's correct.
Everything for you. Your wallet and awesome.
Okay, thank you for sharing, guys. Thank you. We'll move on to the next activity. Imagine you're living on a spaceship. It suddenly malfunctioned and you have to leave. You must leave. Name 3 things you'd like to take with you. Quickly, you're going to raise your hand and we'll give you permission to speak. 3 things that you want to take with you.
One way, Labirida. 3 things.
Raise your hand.
One.
Stephandra Gordon, go ahead. Your hand is up quickly. 3 things you'll take with you. Open the microphone and speak up quickly.
Food.
Miss,
Jovan, go ahead. Johnson.
is
Phone.
Where's the
actually that's a
You're muffled. We are not hearing you.
Miss, the 3 things that I will bring with me is my mother, a laptop, and food.
Okay, thank you for that one. Thank you. Darrell, go ahead, Darrell Harris.
again, sorry.
No.
Open your microphone quickly.
Eugene at water, and I would go to the keyboard and go to Earth on the spaceship.
Okay, thank you. Taekwondo, go ahead quickly.
Food
Open your
blanket.
microphone.
Talking at the microphone.
Repeat that
Food
quickly.
blanket and water.
Thank you. Kamoya Brown, quickly.
Miss food, acting, and water.
Thank you. Shanoya Thomas, quickly. What about your parents?
Phone, food, and water.
Parents, you have to share too. We want you to share. Not only our students, our parents can participate. Ms. Austin, can you help me to identify?
Chanel Barnaby. Her hand is up.
Thank you, Miss Watt. Thank you.
Miss, I would say my mother, my dad, and my brother.
Okay, then. All right. Thank you. Mute your mic. Thanks. Catalia, go ahead. Unmute.
I would say my tablet and my mother and my father.
Okay, thank you, Miss. Who else? Idel Spence, unmute. There you go.
I would be missing food and water and my favorite.
All right, thank you. Mika,
What about me?
Kamika, mute your mic, Idel. Thanks.
My tablet, my food, and my water.
All right. Imagine out the ocean where there's no electricity, huh?
Parents, you're not hearing from our parents.
Any other parent want to go ahead?
Leaving my phone. A red kerchief that will signal that I'm in danger. If it's the case, I can turn his newspaper. I go with all those who are taking their food with me. That one.
All right.
Okay, thank you. That's all for now.
Okay.
Anybody else would like to share?
Shanique, or Andy's up. Shanique.
My father, my mother, my phone, food, and my grandma.
Miss is on the bring. All right, Shanique. All right. That's it, Miss.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for participating, everybody. Thank you. Very interesting. The food. Yes, you're not going to be leaving our food. And I agree with you. Right? And some persons are taking their parents, and I love that too. Excellent. Okay, we're going to continue.
Excuse me, Miss. You know that Timoyo Baxter had her hand up all along, and that everybody actually talk without Timoyo talking, and the raise hand.
All right. Okay. Thank you. But the situation here is that sometimes, based on the size of our screen, we are not seeing everybody. So I did ask my teachers to help me identify. I'm sorry about that. But in the interest of time, we'll have to continue. I'm sorry about that. But guess what? It's a fun activities, and I'm going to be asking the teachers to share it in their grade, and then everybody will get a chance to participate. Okay. At this time, I'm going to invite the representative from the board to address you. Is Dr. Mullins? Because I'm not seeing.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dr. Mullins.
I trust everybody is hearing me.
Good afternoon, sir. Afternoon.
Okay. All right.
Good
I want
afternoon,
the
sir.
children to say, yay. All the boys and girls, raise your hands. If you are muted, raise your hands. Clap them one time. Clap them 2 times. Clap them 3 times. Yay, you're all the life of the party. Without you boys and girls, this virtual platform would be meaningless. It wouldn't exist at all. You are very important. So glad to see you. If it's even in this fashion, it's better than nothing at all. But as vice chairman of this noble institution, yes, the Carter Primary School, it is a noble institution, and that's why you have craved to be a part of this institution, and that's why you're a part of it. We want to congratulate you all. And so I bring greetings on behalf of the Ministry of Education, Youth, and Information, and the Board of Management of Kankati Primary School, to the dedicated management team and staff of the Kankati Primary School. I want to think particularly right now of the grade 4 coordinator, Mrs. Hortense Reynolds, and her team. Big up. Congratulations. Glad to see you again. And the parents, caregivers, members of the school community, very important. And most of all, our most valuable asset. Who do you think that is? Who are those? Of course, the students. Again, you are most important. That's the reason why we are here this afternoon. And everything surrounds your well-being. Again, congratulations. Glad to see you. And we are glad to be back even on this platform. And so, boys and girls, teachers, caregivers, the method of teaching and learning has moved. Anything that has life grows, movements take place. And so it has moved a step further up the ladder of education and development with its online teaching. Yes, you have never experienced this before COVID, and since COVID, you have been exposed to this online teaching. It's another step upward on the ladder of education and development. And so the learning blended modality, that is what it is. Face to face and online teaching for all students. Yes, we have done this because we want to keep every boy, every girl abreast of what is happening. We don't want to leave any behind. So this new modality, face to face and online teaching for all students. It therefore means that teachers, parents, caregivers, and guardians will have to familiarize, yes, you have to familiarize and or improve their knowledge and ability to assist in this era of technological advancements. Yes, boys and girls, parents, caregivers, you'll have to move up. You'll have to get acquainted with. You have to expose yourselves to this new modality, this technological advancement in the steps, in the way forward, in the teaching and learning process. And so the school's administration, as you know, is experiencing a change of leadership because of the resignation of its principal. Yes, due to ill health and the advice of his medical team, we wish Mr. Sheldon Richards a speedy recovery. We want to pray for him that God will intervene and assist him to recuperate, to get back to his former glory, where he can continue to help the boys and girls. As a matter of fact, he has poised the school, Kankati Primary School, in an admirable position. Yes, he has poised the school in an admirable position. Many boys and girls crave to be a part of the Kankati Primary School court. Many would like to be where you are this afternoon, a part of the Kankati Primary School. He has established it, he has poised it, he has pushed it, he has placed it at the pinnacle. So we want to really tell him thanks. But you know, the vice principal, that is Mrs. Winsome Reed, will act in the capacity as principal. Yes, she'll be acting as principal, and Mrs. Trail Reynolds as vice principal. That's in the changes that have taken place while we wait on the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information for further directions. But listen now, boys and girls, I want you to listen carefully. If the Kankati Primary School is to maintain its admirable posture or go further up the ladder, then we need all hands on board. All hands on board. Teachers, parents, guardians, caregivers, and the school community. Also students cooperating with their teachers. Every single facet every single organization, every iota will have to be on board, incorporating. And I want to specifically drive it home to the parents, the caregivers, and the guardians that you have to be 100% behind the school. You have to make sure that your charge is on time where there's physical gathering, on time when you have the virtual platform, and you can't tell the child, hold on a little bit, just log on a little. They must be there to meet when the signs on. You can't tell them to run to the shop, run to bed, catch a little piece of bite, do this before. They must be there seated and waiting. And we don't want them to be lying down. We don't want them to be couching beside the bed or itching beside the table. We don't want them to be picking up piece of paper off the ground or spreading up bed or running to take baby sister, baby brother to somewhere else. They must be given full time behind a comfortable place. We don't want to see anybody walking behind, anybody passing, anybody stretching in front. We don't see anybody, and listen carefully now, we want to see them in the uniform, properly attired. If it's not uniform, it must be something appropriate. They must not be bare skin. We don't want to see them in the way they were born. They're long past that. We don't want to see whoever is sitting with them exposing anything that we don't want to see in public, apart from your nice face and a nice garment covering everywhere else. We want to see you properly attired as if you're in the physical space. We want you to cooperate them. And secondly, we don't want when the teacher is teaching, we hear prompting. And we hear parents or guardians usurping authority. No, it won't help. It won't work. We want them to be totally on their own, so the teachers can interact with them, so that they can learn properly. And whatever they say is coming from their own effort and input. You want to run them to the shop to say, take permit and run to the shop and come back. All cameras must be open so we can see them. They are God's heritage. Look at them. They look so attractive, so pretty, so handsome, so beautiful, so good looking, so nice. Don't turn off the camera. Don't hide them. Don't deprive them. Let us see them so that they can see us and we can interact as teachers with each and every one of them. And so the Board of Management, along with the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information, are doing their part in making sure that all schools have connectivity. Yes, the issues are taking place, there are ups and downs, but the effort is being made that every boy and every girl can be connected with a device to the internet for the learning purpose. That all students have an environment that is conducive for the teaching and learning process. That no child is left behind in the teaching and learning process. Every child can learn. Every child will learn. Every child must learn. None will be left behind. We're going to hold hands. We're going to encourage. We're going to share information. We're going to pass on ideas. We're going to make sure that each person understands, because each one will be teaching the other and each one will be helping the other. So then, boys and girls, remember, and as I close, I just want to again reiterate, parents, caregivers, you are expected to assist 100%. Make sure that each child is on time, and for the duration of the class, they must be seen, they must be online. Don't cheat on them, don't shortchange them, don't deprive them. They have lost 1 year plus of important interactive teaching and learning session. We can't deprive them of anymore. And remember this now, very important. Remember to follow the protocols. Wash hands regularly. Sanitize frequently. Wear a mask properly and maintain the physical distance. The mask must cover at the same time your nose and your mouth, not one or the other, both at the same time. That is what it was made for. That is how it must be worn. That is how you must treat it. Not hanging down by your ears, not covering your chin, nor your forehead. Those can't do anything. It's your nose and your mouth that must be covered same time. Use one piece to cover the both of them properly. Not too tight, not too slack, but right in a way that you are not stifled or anything can easily get underneath it. So then, God bless you all. In all thy ways, acknowledge him, and he will direct thy path. God bless you. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you, Dr. Mullins. Thank you very much. And you have said it all. And I'm hoping that our parents and students were listening. And with that, you'll be able to put in practice what Dr. Mullins has said. Please, parents, we're asking you, your cooperation is so important. At this time, we should have had our vice principal, our acting principal, Mrs. Reed, to address us. But she has given me permission to move on and put her down in a later slot just to accommodate our guest speaker who has just entered the room. And again, welcome, Mrs. Brown Thompson. And at this time, I'm going to be asking Mrs. Austin to introduce to us the guest speaker.
Today in our
Mrs.
midst,
Austin?
boys and girls, parents. Thank you, Miss. Today in our midst, parents, boys and girls, colleague, we have one who is on the same path as us. A person who has dedicated her life to education, one who has dedicated her life to guidance and counseling. Orinthia Brown Thompson. She's a firm believer of the gospel of Jesus Christ. She holds a Bachelor of Arts with honors in guidance and counseling and is currently pursuing a Master's of Arts degree in guidance and social work. She practiced as a guidance counselor for 10 years. However, she is presently an executive secretary at the Jamaica 4-H clubs. Mrs. Thompson believes in empowering young persons to be their best self through transformation or the renewal of minds. She also enjoys advocating for persons who may have challenges in addressing issues affecting them. Mrs. Thompson enjoys most sports, but she's an average footballer and a track and field fan. This is how I met Mrs. Thompson. She is a guidance counselor, but then what drew me to her was after work, she would change boys and girls and parents out of her suit and she would get in her gears and be the coach for children of your age as a footballer. You would see her coaching those children to play football. She has two daughters, one who is 16 going on 17 and the other 12 going on 13. She enjoys spending quality time with her family and friends. Discuss self of brand. Your beliefs become your thoughts. Your thoughts becomes your words. Your words become your actions. Your actions become your habits. Habits become your values. Your values become your destiny. I'm sure as parents, we have heard that quote before, and we know that it is. Can you help put together with me to welcome Mrs. Yael Brown Thompson?
Welcome, Miss.
um it takes time because not everybody will grow at the same time. That's something we have to understand. But I believe that if we are dedicated, if we commit ourselves to it, if we continue to try, then we will get there. And so I want you to watch this video with me, and then we're going to do a little bit of talking, maybe less than a minute or so, and then we'll move into the actual presentation.
Plant life cycle. All living things. Soil. Seed. Planted in the soil. It needs sun and water. Germination. Seed grows in little sprouts and stem. The roots grow steep and the stem pushes its way through the soil. Seedling. The plant grows
You're
leaves.
not seeing the video, miss?
You're not seeing it?
Sun.
Not the video.
Oh, gee. What do I
I
do?
think maybe click on the link. It's on the presentation slide.
Go again. Tell me that again, miss.
It's a link on the presentation, the slide. Is it on the slide?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm understanding you, Miss Bruno.
Okay, go ahead now. I think you're there now.
Oh, you're seeing it?
I'm seeing plant life cycle. So click on it and it will begin.
Okay.
Great. I think we'll see it now. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All living things have a life cycle.
Great.
Life cycle is the stages of development and growth living things go through. This is the life cycle of a plant. Soil. Seed. The seed gets planted in the soil. Germination. The seed grows a little sprout. Root and stem. The roots grow steep and the stem pushes its way through the soil. Seedling. The plant grows leaves and grows towards the sun. The sun helps it produce food. Pollination. The full growth plant produces flowers that will be pollinated by animals or wind. These flowers will produce more seeds. The sun is essential for all living things and plays a role in each step of the
Trees and flowers.
Sorry, say that again. I didn't get that. Could you say that again, please?
Flowers.
All right. So we see flowers growing. All right. Wonderful. That's okay. And that
We are growing.
we are growing. Oh, wonderful. All right. Yes.
We are
It's about the life
growing.
cycle of a seed, how it becomes a plant, or life cycle of a plant rather, because it starts with the planting of a seed. What does this mean? So in order for us to be the best person we want to be, or to be whatever career path we might choose, whether you want to be a police officer, whatever you choose to be, it begins somewhere. You cannot just get up and be like that. You have to put, you have
Somebody's talking. Just a minute. Miss, mute your microphones, please. Thank you.
yes, you have to put plans in place. And so I'm not sure how many of you or us, let me say us, or when I thought about the word germination, immediately I went to look up the meaning to see what it means so I could break it down, because I'm not a science teacher. So, I try to break it down so we can have a conversation, we can understand. Now, the germination begins after, you have planted the seed in the soil, and after a while, the seed starts to sprout and it grows up a little bit and it develops into a seedling. Now, a seedling is a little plant, a very young plant, very tiny, very small. And so, I looked at the word pollination, and it tells me that it is a process that allows plants to reproduce. So when the plants grow up and they start to blossom and whatever, when it grows the fruit, I guess you can pick the fruit, and after you've had the fruit, you can plant the seed again, and you will get, if you continue on that trend, you will get multiple plants, and sooner or later you may have an orchard or whatever it is, whatever seed it is that you would have planted. All right. Wonderful. Now, of course, I'll be mentioning this video, or the stages of the plant life cycle as I go throughout the presentation to kind of match it with growth. All right. Are you still seeing my screen?
Yes, miss.
Yes,
Yes,
miss.
miss.
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss. Yes, miss.
All right. Wonderful.
Yes,
So, of
miss.
course, the first G in grow stands
Yes,
for
miss.
goals. Thank you so much. Goals. Now, of course, in order for us to grow, we have to set goals. The R in grow stands for reality. In order for us to grow, we have to be realistic. The O in grow stands for options. And so in order for us to grow, we have to ensure that we have other plans. So though you might have set your goals, you have to have other plans. What if what you set out in your first goal doesn't work out? What else can you go to? What are your other options? What are your other plans? What else could you do? How else can you do this thing? Can anybody tell me what the W stands for?
I'll move forward. No,
You are clicking on my screen. All right. No, not really. You're there, but not quite there. All right, but thank you so much for responding. I heard somebody say move forward. Let us see how close that person is.
Willpower to stay committed.
Yes, thank you. The W stands for will and way forward. Of course, in order for you to move forward, you have to have the willpower to stay committed. You have to stick to the task. Whatever the goal is that you have set, you have to stick with it. Though sometimes you may be tired, sometimes you get frustrated, you just can't be bothered, it may seem too hard, but guess what? Because nothing in life is ever easy, you have to make up your mind that, listen, I am going to go through this thing. And at the end of it, I am going to grow and I'm going to be successful. Is that possible, grade 4, you think?
yes,
All right, wonderful.
yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Good. So we're going to be talking about or looking closely at the first G in the word grow, and that is to set goals. Now, of course, looking at these two pictures here, if you notice, The moment you have a seed to plant, you one have to determine where are you going to plant that seed. Two, you will also have to figure out what type of soil is best for this seed. Of course, when you would have said, oh, you also have to think about how it is that you're going to take care of this seed. How do we take care of a seed after we've planted? What will we need to do?
Water it and give it sunshine.
Right. So you're going to plant it. Thank you so much. You're going to plant it in a spot where it will get sun. Maybe you want to plant it in the yard. Maybe you want to plant
we throw fertilizer on it.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes. You may want to decide if you're going to plant it where in the yard you're going to plant it, sorry, or if you're going to plant it in a flower pot, but wherever you choose to plant it, or maybe a piece of old drum or something, an old container, whatever, you have to decide where you're going to put it. And so after you would have planted it, of course, this picture here shows us now that germination is taking place or has taken place. So it kind of, push up a little something, a little plant, or, maybe you may see a one leaf or two leaves and so on. And so that is how it works. How do we now tie this into goal setting? Why is this thing here? Are you seeing my screen clearly, everybody?
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss.
All right.
Yes,
All right. Thank you.
Yes, yes, miss.
Thank you.
Yes, miss.
On the other slide, it's not moving. I'm still saying it's time to go. Maybe you need to click on the other slide.
Well, all right. Let me see something. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing?
Good.
Yes,
The other one, I think you're at number 5. You should be at number 5 now.
No, I'm at number 4.
Okay, great, great.
Oh, because what had happened, you see, Miss Reynolds, is that I didn't want them to see everything all at once. So
That's okay.
there are some animations, but it seems as if I'm having a little difficulty with it. So let me just go along with what is here. All right. So what would you like to achieve at the end of the school term or the school year? Remember, we're looking at goal setting. Now, of course, we know that you'd have spent a year or so online. Your grades might not have been too well, you might not have liked it. Maybe mommy was upset about it or daddy quarrel about it. But this term is a new term. You're in a new grade. You're about to turn over a new leaf. What do you want to do? You may want to say to yourself, all right, for this year, I want to get an 80%. At the end, when December comes, I want 80% for mathematics. Maybe 70 for English. You would know, but you have to determine what it is that you want. How school ensure that you do the grade. Sorry, you do the work that teacher gives you. Is it that you want to say, or you know what, I'm going to communicate with my teacher more. I'm going to participate in class some more. So maybe those are some of the things you want to achieve. But then we also have to ask ourselves the question, how are you, or in this case, how am I going to do it? How your comes and report comes out? Is it that you plan to study some more? Is it that you plan to do your homework on time and give it in to Miss? Is it that when you are in class and Miss is teaching and you don't understand, you are going to put your hand up and say to Miss, I don't understand. Could you explain to me, please? Is it that you're going to, when your mommy paid the extra lesson, it's going to be online? Well, I don't know. If it is that we go back to physical school, hopefully, maybe not. But let's say you do get back to physical school. When mommy send you to lesson class, are you going to go to lesson class instead of you're outside kicking ball with your friend or chatting under the there's a mango tree down there, no? Under the mango tree, or you're on the play field, something. But you have to know what it is, how it is that you are going to get this 90%, get this 80%, even 70% is not bad. You would know where you are. And so you have to decide. Of course, we know that you're in grade 4, so you may want to talk to your mommy, and you and your mommy sit down, or daddy, and plan this thing out. All right, so after we have set our goals, Where do we go next?
R.
R. And so for R, we're going to be
Realistic.
realistic. I don't know why is this thing on my screen. It just won't come up. I can't see. All right. Be realistic. Now, of course, we know that after you've planted the seed and it sends up a little sprout and so on, it has to start now putting down in the soil roots and stem. Now, of course, this is going to be wherever you choose to plant the seed, or wherever you would have planted the seed, is going to be a permanent spot for it. However, you also have to think to yourself, is this a good spot? Did I choose the right spot? Would you plant the seed in a place in the yard where you know that the dog loves to go to lie down and you know get a little rest, get a little nap? Would you plant?
No.
Thank you, very good. Would you plant the seed in a place or space where you know that somebody can easily step on it? No.
No, miss.
No, you would not.
Miss. No, miss.
Thank you. So because
No,
you're
miss.
being realistic, you're gonna think about where and how it is that you want it to grow and where it is that you want it to be planted and so on. Now, in order for us to grow and to be our best selves, can somebody read what is on the right here for me? Right here.
Are the goals achievable?
Ah.
Are the goals available? Are the goals are achievable? Can I read the second one?
No, I'm at the first one. Thank you. Are the goals achievable? No, you, mommy, daddy, brother, sister, whoever, would
Are the
know.
goals achieved? What?
Yes, thank you. Would know. You stop reading. Thank you. You and your parents or mommy or daddy would know that you would not have to think. Okay, so you want the 90%, the 80%, the 70% come December. You have to know, look at yourself and ask, is this achievable? You will also have to ask yourself, what do you need to change? So is it that last year you idled a lot? You never do the homework. You give miss a whole lot of excuse. You come online, but while you're online on the tablet, you're playing a game on the phone. While you're on the phone or the tablet, the TV is on, and you turn off your camera, so you're watching the TV and miss teaching, and you're not hearing nothing. You aren't focused on what is happening. How are you now going to change that? The time wasted, the time that you wasted last year. How are you going to change that? What can you do to make things better? And if you notice, I'm asking lots of questions. I don't necessarily want to give the answers because I want you guys to think about it. Of course, our third one down here says, what are the available resources? What are the things you need in order to grow? So you want a 85% at the end of the term, come December, in mathematics. But guess what? You don't have the math book.
You can listen more.
What are you going to do? So you either, or as a matter of fact, though you want the 75, guess what? Last year, Christmas, the tablet fell and the screen is broken, screen cracked up. What are you going to do? How can you ensure that you excel? So these are things we have to look at, our challenges. We have to look at the things that we don't have, the things that are, and try to see how we're going to make it work for us. You know your shortcomings. You know the things that you have and what you don't have. So you will know in your planning. Look at all those things. Now, of course, we're being realistic. We don't have the book. But what else can you do? Hmm? How can you ensure that you're going to get that 90%? Well, maybe you can ask your teacher or ask your mommy, you can find something online for me where I can practice some math. Or even you, if Miss taught, let me just say fractions for talk's sake. You don't have a textbook, but guess what? You go on to Google and type in fraction sheet workbook. And you may see some things come up. You may see some things come up. You click on one and you do the work and you send it to Miss and ask her, Miss, you think you can mark this for me? I don't have a textbook, but I'm trying. And I'm sure Miss will be so happy. All right? So in order for us to grow and be successful, we have to be realistic. Remember, now we have a goal and we're setting a goal because honestly, this is grade 4. We want to do better than we did in grade 3. Right, boys and girls?
Yes.
Yes, miss.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
miss.
you. All right, moving right along. We're moving now to
Opinion. Opinion.
options. That's options. No, here. Where is O? All right, clearly I'm not seeing O. I don't know where O went. O went for a walk. But of course, we have to have options. My goodness. Okay, yes, options, meaning have other plans. Can someone read what is on this slide here for me, please?
What are your other options?
What are your other options?
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Good. What are your other options? So remember now, when we first started out, we would have set the goal. We want to score, we want a 90% average at the end of December when it's report time. And we would have put plans in place. So we said, okay, we're going to study, we're going to do homework, we're going to ensure that whatever is done is done. But guess what? What if those plans don't work? So remember, we know that we didn't have the book, right? We don't have the book. How is it that we're going to get the work done? How do you think we can? What other plan can we put in place if we don't have the textbook? Though we're online, can one person tell me one thing they would do? We don't have the maths textbook, but Miss is giving homework for me. What are you going to do?
Ask somebody. I will ask the teacher to go over it and I'll write it down.
Yeah, but what if teacher says, very good, thank you, but what if Miss says, from your math book, do page 4. You don't have the math book. Page 4.
Send it to me.
Sorry?
Miss,
Alright, tell you what, stop, guys. Miss Reynolds, just pick 2 persons for me, please, because I can't see.
Okay. Raise your hand. Brown. Jalika Brown.
Alright, Jalika.
Your hand is raised. Go ahead.
Ask somebody to. Miss,
You would ask somebody to?
ask somebody.
Alright, I'm not hearing her clearly.
I'm not hearing you.
Yeah, I'm not hearing her.
Jackson. Hand is raised. Go ahead.
I will ask the teacher to take a picture of the page.
Alright. Only teacher alone you can ask, Jackson? Alright, thank you very much. So you would ask teacher. One more person, tell me what you would do. Thank you so much, Jackson. I appreciate it. One more person, tell me what else you could do.
I will
ask my parents.
I would
That
tell the
when
teacher
the
to
boss
get
of their schedule.
Miss Reynolds, help me out here. I heard a chorus.
Benjamin, go ahead. Spence, go ahead.
Buy the book for me.
All right. Thank you so much. So I hear one person say that Jalika said that she would ask her teacher to take the page, to take a picture of the page in the book, or and send it to her. Sorry, hold on. And then one other person said they would ask their mother to please try and get the book. Yes, somebody said me.
That was me.
Yes, go ahead.
You mixed up me and Jalisa.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's okay. I apologize sincerely. All right.
Me?
Thank you so much. Yes.
Miss, I would ask my parents to buy the book for me.
All right. Thank you so much. You'd ask your parents to buy the book. And one person said I would ask teacher to take a picture of the page and send it to them. Thank you so much for participating. Yes. So you have to look at other plans. So if the plans you made over here when you just started the goals don't work out, try to have another plan that you can work on just in case this one over here doesn't work. All right, moving on to our second slide here, right here. Which options do you like best? Now we know, and you will know in time, or maybe you know too, that if you are interested in something, once you make the plans, even though you have your plan A and plan B, the possibility is great that you will like plan A more than plan B. So because you like plan A better than plan B, you are going to do everything to ensure that it works out. Yes? Wonderful. All right. Our third bullet here, question is, who might be able to help? Who you think can help you guys with the plan B to ensure that plan B works well if plan A doesn't work?
My mother or teacher.
Your mother or teacher. Thank you so much. Yes. Your mother or even your friend might be able to help you too. Yes, and other family members, they may be able to help you too. And so guys, you have to find a way to get help. You cannot do this by yourself. I mean, I'm sure you would hear a teacher say or mommy say, no man is an island, no man stands alone. You just can't do it by yourself. You have to get help. So even when you're doing your plan A too, think about who can help you to achieve your 70%, your 90%, your 95, 85, whatever the average is, the grade that you're setting for yourself, the score that you want. You have to know, and you have to know the people who will help you, who are more than willing, who will go the extra mile with you, who will stay up with you, to ensure that the homework is done. And so, of course, when you're looking on these people that you want to help you, you also have to ensure that they know about the plan. And they have to know that, listen, I am going to need your help. You will have to help me on this one. So whenever I need help, I'm going to call on you. So please prepare yourself. All right? We're moving on to our final letter. What is it?
W.
Yeah. And what is W again? What is W again?
W is willpower to stay committed.
Committed. What does committed mean? What is that? What are we talking about when we say willpower to stay committed? Can two persons tell me? Yes?
You devote yourself.
Say that again. I didn't hear you clearly.
When you devote yourself.
Wow, that's a word there. When you devote yourself. All right. Anyone else? Thank you so much for that. I like that. Anyone else? One more, please.
Show interest what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Develop yourself.
Hang on. Show interest in what you're doing. Someone was saying something, I'll say the last one and we move along. Someone was saying something? All right, fine. So devote yourself and put an interest in whatever it is that you're doing. Yes. And so in order for us to grow, boys and girls, in order for us to get to the next level, because remember now, you won't be down here all the time. So you started at basic school, now you're moving to primary school, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. Now you're at grade 4, you're almost at the top. And therefore this level is going to determine where you go after grade 6. So once now that you are devoted, as my friend just said not too long ago, or somebody says you show an interest, once you're interested, right, you will ensure that you do what it takes to be successful, to grow and to keep growing. Because like we agreed, growth is not on one level. You keep moving up and up and up and up and up. But you have to be disciplined. You have to be devoted. And so our first question here is, will there be challenges in reaching your goal? So yes, so you're devoted and you're interested and you're doing everything to keep your interest alive. But of course, we know that there are going to be challenges. And so you have to sit and look at, okay, so what are some of the challenges that I'm going to experience? What is going to happen? You know, because there are going to be times when you're going to feel tired and you don't feel like you want to do any work. How are you going to do it? Is it that when you get home, instead of going outside to play with your cousins or your other brothers and sisters, you decide to, you know what, let me just do the work first, because I know come 8 o'clock it's going to be bedtime and I'm going to be very tired. So let me just get it out the way. What further support do you need? So yes, you might have mommy,
Your parents.
and yes, and you have, yes, but you have your parents helping you. Who else? What else are you going
Your
to need?
teacher.
Yes, thank you so much. And so in order to show that you're committed, you have to, Miss has to see that. And so I'm sure that, you know, when teachers see that you're really trying, teacher will do everything in his or her power to ensure that you excel, you're successful, you're getting the grades that you want, you're achieving your goals, and you're doing well and you feel happy about yourself. But of course, the final question here is, how will you know you're successful? Can anybody want to tell me? How you know when the goals are met? How you know when you're successful?
When you
All right, I want 3 persons to tell me. So first person, what are you saying?
because you went through it.
You see, the scene
Yeah,
just
you
a
went
great.
When you're
what happened?
successful, when you see the better grades.
Ah, yes, wonderful. When you see the grades getting better or you would have achieved the grade that you want. Anyone else? One more? All right, no more. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wonderful.
When you achieve your goal.
Yes. Thank you so much. Yes. Excellent. Wonderful. So you would have known that you're successful when you set your home and you see the report and you see the 90 and the 70 and the 80 and the 60. Even so, you know what I mean? 60 is not a bad mark. Then you would know that yes, I would have achieved the goal. One last question though before I go. After you have achieved the goal, so December coming all is well, you've got a report, you're happy. Does it stop there?
No, miss. No, miss.
You have to continue.
What is
You have
going
to
to happen?
continue, miss.
Ah, cheers! Yes, you have to continue, and so in continuing, you're going to become what? Give me the D word. DIS. Somebody said it. What is it? Somebody said it.
Vision.
What's the word? Tell me the word, the D word.
Vision.
No, the D word.
Discipline.
Discipline. Yes. So because by now you would become a disciplined person. So what does that mean? It means that because it is now you. Maybe come January, you won't even have to write another goal because you're so disciplined. You'll continue studying. You'll continue talking to Miss. You will continue seeking help from your parents. You'll continue to seek help from your friends or your family members, whoever. And so it stays with you. Life. Growth is a lifetime process. It doesn't stop. You keep going and going, and you keep improving and improving. You keep going up the ladder. You keep being successful, and so on and so forth. And you keep going and going. Of course, I want to share with you the growth. Your mind, children, your mind is a garden. Your thoughts are seeds. You can grow flowers. That's your choice. No, this is your choice. You can grow flowers or you can grow weeds. Grade 4, I want to wish you all the best for this term and for the rest of the school year. I also want you to grow, set your goals and be excellent. Set your goals so that your parents, your teachers, everybody can be proud of you. I know you will do well in grade 4 as you continue to grow. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Brown. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, and I know we have gotten a lot from it, not only our students, our teachers and parents as well. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We're moving along at this time. Time is upon us. I'm going to invite Mrs. Winsome Reed, our principal,
I am going
to make her presentation. Mrs. Reed. Mute your microphone, so
Good
please,
afternoon.
students.
Thank you, Mrs. Reynolds. And I'm waiting, Mrs. Reynolds, all those boys and girls who were answering because we're getting a feedback. You were so involved, and that's good. But right now, you're going to have to mute all mics and listen to me. So if your mic is not muted, I'm not going to start, or I'm going to start calling names.
blah blah blah.
And somebody just did that. That's rude. Extremely rude. Whoever did that. I didn't see that name, or else I would have called.
Oh yeah.
Cheryl Wilson, don't do that again.
Mute your microphones, please.
So all students right now, your microphones should be muted. You just listen to a presentation. Stop fidgeting. Sit up nicely. Sit up. I'm seeing you. I'm going to call your name if you're not sitting up. I know it's in the afternoon and you just listen to the presentation. Give us a few. Nobody should be getting up. And so just as I did this morning, I'm going to congratulate all the other boys and girls who have been doing exceptionally well. You have been so disciplined. You kept your mics off. I want to congratulate the parents as well, who have sat throughout this presentation with their children, and you made sure that they listened. I want to thank the boys and girls who obeyed. I've been hearing the teachers since today, this afternoon, telling you to mute your mics. No child should be getting up now. You should be listening. So during my presentation and the others after this, I will not hear any microphone being unmuted because you're now listening. Thank you so much, boys and girls. Again, As well, parents, I want to congratulate both those boys and girls who are also in uniform because you are in virtual school. So thank you, mommies and daddies, for all those who came online and you put your children in uniform. This is school. Your only thing is that you're not on the compound of the Cloncarty Primary School. Kudos to you, parents. Going forward, every child should be in their uniforms. So I think I can continue now. Students are sitting. Yes, very good. Thank you, Shanoya. I'm seeing that. Thank you, Stephanie. Or that's Stephanie. Thank you, Kamoya. I'm seeing you. Catalea and the others. Very good. Taekwondo, yes. Thank you very much. I see mommy there. Kamika, yes. Jalisha, yes. Some I can't see. Samara, Sophia, thank you all so much. And the others who I can't see who are so disciplined now and your mics are off. Thank you very much. Kudos to you, students. Kudos to your parents. And so for the rest of the presentation, I will be looking and I will be seeing the students. Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you, parents. Very good. Thank you, Tahiri Grant, Tavisha, Tiona, Crossdale. Thank you so much, Jacqueline. Yes. Who is that? Ramoya Griffiths. Yes, you are all ready now for the presentation and you will remain as ready. As a matter of fact, mommies, if they're there with your daddies or grandma, your guardian, they should be with you because orientation means that the parents, guardians should be with you. Kudos to you, grade 4. It tells me that you can do it. So no fidgeting. We're going to get through the rest of the afternoon like you know how to do it as Cloncarty children, being the best of whoever you are. God bless you, boys and girls. That's what I want. So to our moderator, Mrs. Hortense Reynolds, coordinator, our vice chair, our vice chair, Dr. Mullings, acting vice principal, Mrs. Trail Reynolds, our PTA president, Mr. Dervos Spence, teachers, parents, guardians, students, good afternoon. We are blessed again and privileged to be able to be a part of another school year. And so it is indeed a pleasure to welcome you all on behalf of the staff of the Cloncarty Primary School to the 2021 school year. I wish to endorse what our Vice Chair, Dr. Mullins, just said, Mr. Richards, and we want to wish Mr. Richards all the best in his endeavor. While we recognize the negative impact that this pandemic has had on our education system, we are still so thankful to Almighty God that you, our children, can still be engaged through online learning. Parents, our children must learn this year. And you would have heard our Dr. Mullins say, it's the mantra of the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. Every child must learn. Every child will learn. So we are still so thankful to Almighty God that our children can be engaged through online learning. Parents, they must, children, you must take advantage of the learning opportunities this year. While I recognize that you will encounter problems with devices, the Wi-Fi, we saw that this morning, will continue to give problems. Your data will run out at the wrong time. Parents, you may not have somebody to remain with your children at home. But guess what? We know that you will find a way around the problems because you will be able to hurdle with these problems. Do not let that discourage you. Tell yourself that you're going to find a way to maximize the learning opportunities of your children, because it is not an option this year. Every single child in grade 3 must be engaged online, and not only that, they must learn. And so I want to thank the Board of Management for their support to the school. And of course, the administration staff. We are confident that our collaboration with you will no doubt have a significant impact on the schooling of our students, your children, parents. Presently, we have 104 students in grade 4, and we would like to see 104 students online. Last year, I recognized that we had probably about 84%, I heard, who did the diagnostic test. Far less students were engaged online. For this year, we want at least 100% compliance. Already with the other grades, we can't find some students because the phone numbers are not the same numbers. And so I'm saying, parents, just like I would have said to the other grades, be your brother's keeper, be your neighbor's keeper. If you know of a student who is not online, please reach out to the teachers, reach out to the main office, 9285374, parents, and we will do what we can, because all the children of the Clancarthy Primary School in grade 3, we want you to be involved in learning this year. Last school year, we used the Zoom platform along with the Google Classroom to engage the students virtually or remotely. One of the things for last year is that with the Google Classroom, your students, your children would have learned asynchronously. In other words, the teacher wasn't there, your child or children was able to go at his or her own pace. When the child was on Zoom, parents, that's what we call synchronous learning. In other words, there was interaction going on between your child and the teacher and other peers. This year, however, we have changed the platform to the Google Meet platform. Yes, we will still be using the Google Classroom. So your children, again, will be learning synchronously with Google Meet and asynchronously with the Google Classroom. The Google Meet is a part of the National Learning Management System. This has been paid for by the MOEYI, the Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. And so we are so grateful to them that they are helping us parents to ensure that effective teaching and learning take place at the Clancarthy Primary School. And so thank you, Ministry of Education, Youth and Information. The MOEYI also has other modalities that they will be supporting you, the students, so that you can learn for this year. So you can access lessons through the Learning Hub, Cheetah